Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yo, check it out. 50 Cent did a diss song with Max B. 50 Cent was beefing with French Montana. Now 50 Cent is doing a song with Max B. Yeah, him and French Montana made up, but when does making up mean really making up when it's dealing with 50 Cent or social media or the entertainment business? You see them go agreeing, not agreeing, not agreeing, keep it moving. So then now you had Big Meech sat there and went and took a picture with Rick Ross. 50 Cent got rid of him, closed down the BMF series, and shut down Little Meech because he took a picture with Rick Ross. Now, 50 is with one of his arch enemies, even though many's going to say that they made up. Did they make up? Put it in the comments. Do you think that it's cool that 50 is now doing a song with Max B after he was beef with French Montana? They was going at it as trading insults. Put it in the comments. We're going to break this down. We're going to play the new 50 Cent Max B joint. I don't care if it get demonetized. Y'all got to hear it. We got to see what's going on. All right. You know this Unique Mecca audio, man. 50 Cent and Max B, they did a joint. I had to play the joint together. I'm not going to sit here and play these games. Y'all got to hear this. We ain't worried about monetization. Now, like I said, keep in mind that 50 was dealing hard body with French Montana. Remember he put up the post with French Montana having happy birthday sang to him by Diddy? And now he's working with Max B. Do you think this could be a setup or you think this is legitimate? Y'all put it in the comments. You know 50 Cent is diabolical. You already know 50 Cent playing chess. So this is a part of chess. You think this is just roping Max B in so that he can, hit on him, him and French some kind of way? Like Max had to come to him now that he came home. Even though 50 is the king, you got to give him the props. I understand what's going on with T.I. and King and all of that and Damani, but 50 is the king of this ish. That's the end of it. We're not going to play no games. All we can do is sit back, watch, analyze what 50 will do next, and it's a good guessing game because he's playing the ultimate game of chess. Let's play this new diss song so we can see how this thing, play out. Y'all ready for this? Let's ride.
You should be polite. This is the purge. This is what happens tonight. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you don't even count, little nigga. I got a little bonus. No more tricks, no more tracks. Niggas is pussy, I can see it in your eyes. Black tricks, cool, we be creeping in the skies. Come with you bitches, no more believing the lies. No more tricks, no more tracks. Niggas is pussy, I can see it in your eyes. Black tricks, cool, we be creeping in the skies. Come with you bitches, no more believing the lies. I come back like that ready vibe, couple that fitty rock, cocking and let it pop. Snitching, you better not. I grew around different weeds, demons do different deeds. Pressure, I feel a squeeze. He say he can't breathe. Bitch, I got so much bread. She said she can't leave. I show her life without me. She said she can't see it. Me, I'm about to lick. You go body drip. You in the mirror all day and still got a vibe, bitch. I pull up in different whips and chains, switching lanes. Boy, I hear that shit you're saying, so I'ma do with you, man. Catch him, flip him, ball him, rip him, punch him, kick him, stick him.
Yo, you see where he ended that at? He ended that with Maino getting a $150. Now, 50 beefing with T.I., King, and Damani. And he reaches over and says, nah, I'm going to put y'all on hold. Y'all sit there and wait your turn to make the next bag. I'm going to put a bag in Jim Jones' pocket right now, Maino. I'm going to cold disrespect them for the bag. You remember when Jay-Z did the joint and they asked him when he was talking politics and, he went into saying a whole lot of things that, I'm not even going to repeat that, but we're going to leave Jay out of this right now, but, I might bring it in later. But what I'm saying is 50 told them, hold up. Y'all pause the Harris family. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know when you eat. This is a puppet master at his greatest. He's letting T.I. and them know, keep making this song, do whatever you want. I'll get back to you. I already threw you in the new, Power Origin joint where I let it know that, your baby mama, your wife, your mother, was eating every box in Atlanta. So every time they tune in and watch that on repeats and everything, they're going to hear that. That's diabolical. Like I said, I ain't picking sides. I'm just keeping it like it is because Damani now, when he made that joint and was calling Firebug, Firestarter, showed the house burning and all that, Damani got a round of applause for that, and I got to give it to him. All right, that's what I'm saying. Come on, man. Will y'all just pause for a minute? Thank you. Now, that's what I'm saying. 50 not playing. Look, I'm going to put my number up here, right? If anybody got any content you want me to do, you can DM it, what they call it, text it to this joint here. If it's something you agree with, don't disagree with, whatever, call me. We talk about it as men. We get it right, and then we take it to social media. We're not going to run to social media and play these little horror-ass games. All right? That's my number that's on the screen. I'm welcome to talk to anybody. But for you to really understand, 50, put that family bag on hold. Because whatever he do next, the algorithm go up. So who's really controlling the algorithm? 50 or T.I. and they're making 4 diss songs and 50 just doing a verse. They're not even a verse. He did a sentence. And from that, everything boiled out. And I love the way T.I. is doing it as a businessman, because T.I. let it be known that anytime you mention my family name, especially my wife's name, in any way, shape, or fashion that I don't like, I'm going to make a diss song. And I'm going to make a bag. So 50 said, all right, pause. He gave him a 5-day pause on, making a bag. Let him have to make it from whatever he did 5 days ago, right? But that's how this thing is going. But my thing is, if 50 Cent cut off Big Meech for hooking up with Rick Ross and taking a picture, how does this look now that 50 Cent is now working with Max B after he was putting out the happy birthday French Montana from Diddy and calling him a he cipher monkey cipher? How did that look to you? Somebody put it in the comments, as my man 050 say. I love 050 China Brim. Go check out 050 China Brim. I'm going to give a few of the homies now props that I do be watching. I'm not going to front. These are my guilty secrets. We got 050, we got Zip with the drip. Let's not forget him. Then we got Hassan Campbell, 10 Toes Down, Zeke Black, one of the best hearts in the YouTube podcast business that I met, my man Harlem Legend. Round of applause to Harlem Legend. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all tune in to Harlem Legend. His joints is dope. Relax, y'all. Come on, man. Please let me finish this up. Harlem Legend joints are so dope that when I be feeling down and I'm stuck, like, man, I can't get into all this fugazi crap going on YouTube, man. I don't like none of that. I watch Harlem Legend. I see the way he twisted and work it and, do what he do. And, it lifts my spirits and it gets me moving. Thank you, Harlem Legend. But like I said, back to, China Brim, Wildcat, 050, go check him out. 10 Toes Down, all the way out of control. Hassan Campbell, he's the scientist. Hassan's the scientist it is. That's what I'm going to call him. They might not like it. Hassan's the scientist it is because Hassan knows if he do regular videos and not go back and respond to these men, that he get more views. But Hassan Campbell is on some, his ego time. You know what I mean? Which is man time, because man puts his ego up front even though he's not supposed to, because man is defending his honor. So Hassan is always defending his honor. So if somebody say something about him, he step outside his realm of getting 100,000 views to maybe getting 50,000 views just to check them, to let them know that I'm not the one. You know what I mean? But, that's where it is. But what do you think about that with 50 Cent now doing the song with Max B? We know that Max B had issues over there with Jim Jones and them, because when he first came out, they just looked at him as Charlie Rambo, and he was just a funny dude. And then he came and he blew. Then he got caught up. Then, it's all type of speculation out about his name. So what about the speculation on his name? And 50 is working with him when I seen Whack 100 go at him 100 miles a minute. And for the record, I'm going to let it be known. I don't feel, that Whack 100 target New York dudes. I see people say that. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. I talked to Whack 100 a couple of times through Bullets Gotti, and I talked to him personally because I have his number. And he's always been respectful, direct, funny. That's just Whack 100. Just keeping it 100. But, I seen Whack go at Max B for his paperwork. I haven't seen all the paperwork, so I'm not weighing in on it. And I seen Jim Jones telling them that he wasn't going to Max B welcome home party, and Maino saying, well, if you not going, I'm not going because you my God. And Davey said, man, I'm neutral. I'm just doing a podcast. Man, I love you. Me and Charlie Rambo ain't had no issues. I barely even know him. He older than me. But, I'm going to pay homage because whatever you got going on is what you got going on. But you ain't got to worry about me telling our secrets on me kumbayaing with him. I'm just going to let him know, welcome home. And I'm going to show my face that somebody from here. And, it is what it is. Podcast is down with it. You know what I mean? Recognize he's home. And I think that was a good gesture on Dave's part. But when Jim tried to make a stance that because he's not going, they're not going, that's what twisted it up a little bit. And I can see where Jim is coming from. Let's ride on that. Jim is on some, man, we created this together, we won this, them over there. If I don't mess with them, you don't mess with them. But at the same time, you shouldn't have to tell them don't mess with them because their actions will show you where they're at. And that's not to throw a slight at Jim Jones. At Dave East. But Dave East showed where his loyalty was at, that his loyalty is to his brand. But they came together to create this alter ego brand, this hybrid brand. But his main priority, Dave East is saying, is my brand, man, Dave East. I don't have a problem with Charlie Rambo. I barely even know him because I'm younger than him. But I grew up listening to his music. I respect him the whole nine. Put in the comments if you think Dave East is wrong or Jim Jones is right or whatever. Make sure you subscribe at my daughter YouTube channel, Unique Mecca Audio and Real Boss TTTV, Unique Mecca Audio, Prison Stories and Mecca Audio TV. I'm getting ready to pick it up. And like I said, my number is on the screen. We don't just keep it real simple. But what do you think about 50 Cent leaving T.I. alone, backing away from that, dealing with this, but at the same time, he didn't back away because remember, 50 Cent said it best. 50 Cent said straight up, man. He said, when I'm quiet, I'm in the lab. Remember, Dame, you thought I wasn't going to do it. The Diddy joint. And then I dropped it and broke the internet. And now I'm going to crush this Harris family by dropping this joint on T.I. and Tiny's. Now, T.I. comes back at 50 and said, hold up, you ain't squeaky clean either. Don't forget your baby mama was getting jism every god doggone way and then coming back and kissing you. Because you didn't know what was going on. And that's the messed up thing, man. Let's ride. Dudes sit here and they get in their body and say, oh, my girl is cheating, but they out doing the same thing. And then when they girl do it, now you go out, you get with another girl, you hug her on her, kiss her on her, put your mouth places it don't belong, and then you get around your girl and then you want to hug her and kiss the babies. But nobody know where your mouth been. People say that, but then they back off it when that's the real true deal of what it is. I don't care if you use mouthwash. You just did that, went there, and now you want to kiss the babies? But then dudes get mad when the girls go do them. Because how could you get mad at Daphne when Daphne did what she felt she needed to do to pay those bills as a mother? No one could judge a mother but God. And God see what the intentions are. I mean, if a girl go out there and sell herself to go get $2 to go buy an outfit, God sees that. But if a girl go out there and sell herself to go get milk and Pampers for her baby, God sees that too. Y'all put in the comments which one you think that, God is going to respect or reward, or punish. Put it in the comments. You know what I mean? But like I said, I like to put the number up there so y'all know, how to get in touch with me if it's something I see you like, don't like. If you got any legal issues, I'm starting a legal representative firm. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people been calling me wanting legal help. So, you could call the number on the screen or text the number if you got some legal questions for me, somebody caught up in the system or whatever. And I got, a good attorney at law, in fact, that's, on standby that would look over the case. And, to be honest, he's doing great, but that's where it's at. But what do you think about T.I. and Tiny telling 50 Cent, you got skeletons in your closet too, boo-boo? So if you want to go doc for doc, we go doc for doc. Boo Boo is 50 Cent nickname that they called him when he was a kid. So that's like, I mean, because we always ride. Just like we had a dude that was in the penitentiary when I was down in Florida, good dude from down there in Central Florida named Wee Wee. Could you imagine what it was like for a dude of my caliber coming out of New York City, asking a dude his name and he tell you it's Wee Wee? You don't even have to ask what that stands for, but he turned out to be a good lawyer, a good man. He helped me with my case, and Wee Wee was pissing on him, I'm telling you. He stayed on their neck, man. Big round of applause to Wee Wee. You know what I mean? Gotta give a big round of applause to Wee Wee, man. You know what I mean? We used to piss on the court. Relax, man. Relax, y'all. We used to piss on the court with the emotions. And he knew how to cut and paste and all that. He took his scissors, went up there. He got the cases printed, cut it out the part he wanted, glued it on a piece of paper, made his argument look professional and legal, copied that paper, sent that joint in, and the prosecutors would get stuck. Now I mention we in that situation because we don't want these situations that's going on to get out of hand and nobody winds up losing their life or their loved one or their freedom or their life and liberty by winding up in jail. Because I'm going to do something later on Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes called out T.I. and let it be known, happy birthday, T.I., I love you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm trying to see that ass, to keep it, in the culture. Because I think I bust that ass. And Busta Rhymes even told T.I., I won't put on no songs that I did before you put out your first song. I leave those out of the verses and only bring from you came out. Because, my past joints is on a whole nother anthem level. That's bringing hip hop back. But I can't front. I heard 50 Cent tell I heard 50 Cent tell T.I. loud and clear. He didn't want to battle when he put out that first Crime Stoppers, and I know T.I. heard it too. And I heard 50 loud and clear the second time when he put out T.I. on the stand. I heard it loud and clear, and I know T.I. did too. And then when he put up the picture of Tiny, you know what I mean? That was just letting T.I. know that, I'm going at her. That I'm going at her next. And that alone, King jumps in the beef, but many say King had no business jumping in the beef because he's a minor. And a minor, like the child is supposed to stay in a child's place. But when the child is no longer a child and he's a man like King, I feel he got every right to do what he want to do. That's just me. So if it's my mother, I don't care. Nobody told me I stay in a child's place. No, I'm in my mother's place. I'm defending my mother. And that's where King was at. And you can't knock him for that. And then King took it to the next level of this new generation. He started wearing 50 Cent's deceased mother, rest in peace, on a shirt and got Rick Ross saying, send him a size 3X, homie. And Rick Ross wearing it and Benzino wearing it. Now you got people wearing this man's deceased mother on the chest. That's the ultimate violation in our generation, because we definitely don't bring the dead in it. In our generation, as soon as you hear the dead, it's fighting words. Y'all put it in the comments if I'm right or wrong. As soon as you hear, your mama dead, your grandmama dead, You know what I mean? Or as soon as somebody say, "Oh, mama, dead mother," what that mean in our hood? Put it in the comments. When somebody say, "Oh, my dead mother," I'm gonna XYZ. And 50 T.I.'s son King elevated it right there to the top, to the ultimate. And from this generation, he ain't do nothing wrong. But when we stand as elders, because times change the same way, you know, same-sex relationships, you couldn't even see feminine products commercials on TV. Now you see women kissing, men kissing, holding hands on TV when they're doing these commercials. That's how times change. Just like times change, where now, you know, in this generation, it's acceptable to talk about the deceased like that. I don't agree with none of that. But he's fighting his fight from where he gets his weapons from. And like they call them on demon time, that's how a demon thinks. F your deceased mama. You know, that hurts somebody of my age. And I know T.I. know because he grew up during that era. I know Tiny know. And that's why I respect the fact that T.I. even stepped out there and said that that's the only thing he didn't like. That was honorable of him. I think T.I., right? I think T.I. been handling himself real professionally in this until his son got in. Then he said, well, if my son going to war, I'm going to war. And you can't knock him because he's riding with his son. The same way, you know, Yayo and Uncle Murder riding with 50. Because that's how it go. Right or wrong, you right. I get you behind closed doors. I'm going to let you know how I feel you was wrong. But in public, you 100% right. Never will I disrespect you or check you in public. But when I get you behind that closed door, 50. This is what Yayo and Uncle Murder saying, because I got them as men. I love their podcast too. I can't remember the name of them. Go check out their podcast. I've watched it and I watched the whole thing all the way through. Like I said, I ain't biased to none of this because you can have 1 million TV channels. You know what I mean? You can have 1 million TV channels on YouTube. When they don't watch one program, they watch the next. They don't watch a program more than 7, 8 minutes tops. That's if they like it. So how could you sit there and try and beef with somebody else that got a podcast when people is watching billions of podcasts a day? Just put up good content. Collaborate with those that you like instead of going to attack them. And that's what T.I. did. He said, man, I like 50's catalog. 50 move like the king of New York. He got the movie thing going. 50's the man up top. I want to go with the man. But then I see everybody switching it, you know. T.I. don't like New York because he's always calling out New York. But New York's supposed to be the king of where this started in the Bronx. So who else is he supposed to call out? But you say T.I., he going at New York dudes. No, it started in New York. He's in the South where it trickled down to, and he's letting it be known that I done took your craft to the next level where I'm better than you. I always be better than you. I put up my catalog to your catalog. And then 50 Cent shot the Crime Stoppers joint. Right there is when T.I. said, breaks. Gotcha, homie. I know how you felt because you put me in a song when this first went down. I just thought that you had got past that, but I see you still on that old school time, like on the screen. You know, you still back in the 80s and 90s where it's don't deal with rats at all. But then T.I. is going to say, but you just did a video with Max B and Whack 100 is on the campaign saying that Max B is, he's Cypher Truth. You explain that to me and tell me how that makes sense. Is what T.I. is saying back to him. So these are the conversations that's supposed to be happening. Put in the comments if you get where I'm going at with this. But the moral of my story to break this down is we definitely don't want to have, you know, this beef going on because we don't need none of this. None of this is cool. You know what I mean? Our people, we supposed to come together as one, right? And make money. And that's it. The same way 50 allowed dudes to make money by talking about them. 50 Cent posted Drip with the Zip, joint and 050 China joint, and that shit went bananas. You know what I mean? But that's what he's supposed to do. That's how you throw a dog a bone. We all dogs in this YouTube world, because I know you rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls would be quick to try and say, oh, he's calling them dogs. No, we all a dog trying to get a bone. Pause. For you, he cipher, monkey cipher, clowns that would try and play with that as well. Now, let me give you the final jewel, right? Let me tell you, the young ones, something. The streets would test your loyalty over things that doesn't even matter in 5 years from now. But prison will still be there. I got a lot of men that's still there. Even after 50 years of being there, they're still there. Prison still be there. Graveyards will still be full and getting overcrowded. Where they think they're gonna put all you dead bodies, y'all creeping up over here, sliding at? Before you know, where you gonna bury them? In the projects that you don't own? Or you just gonna burn them and put them on a mantle? Because they're gonna run out of space and only the elite gonna be able to afford to put theirs in the ground. And then you're gonna wish that these days, wasn't like that. Now, graveyards will still be full, and the same people cheering online won't be visiting you behind the wall. And I know, because I did 26 years, ain't none of them come visit me behind the wall. If you think that your friends is going to come visit you behind the wall, you wind up getting life with no chance of parole plus 20 years. Put it in the comments if you think your friends is going to still be visiting you. So before you jump into somebody else's beef, ask yourself one question. Is this worth losing your freedom? Now, right, we're going to ride to some controversial questions, right? If someone does business with you, are they allowed to stand next to your enemy? If someone do business with you, are they allowed to stand next to your enemy? Example, like how Rick Ross was standing next to Big Meech, or vice versa. However you rat bastards want to put it. Was 50 Cent right for cutting Big Meech off over the Rick Ross photo? Y'all put it in the comments, let me know, man. Is street loyalty stronger than business loyalty? Or is the bag superseding it all? I think Rick Ross used Meech as a pawn because 50 wouldn't do business with him, and they already had their beef, so he went to show that I'm from the South gonna ride with the South, but Meech didn't think that one all the way through. Did Dave East show real character by still going to Max B's party? I think he did, because Dave East let it be known that he's his own man. He make his own choices. I understand you beefing with XYZ, but we can't pick up each other's beefs and then say that, I want the best for you when your bag is slowing down by this beef, and now you're trying to pull me into this beef to slow my bag down because yours is at the standstill because a dude is on your neck. So now you want me to do something with you, and you want me to also be, pulled down and stagnate my career, my brand behind your beef? Nah, I think Dave Beef was 100% right for going. Should Maino have gone even if Jim Jones didn't? Should Maino have gone to Max B's welcome home party even though Jim Jones didn't? See, that would have been a decision that Maino would have had to make as a man and show where he stands as a man. Because if he want to go, it's up to him. You go. And whoever don't like it, that's on them. If you choose to go, But are rap beefs today real or just marketing? Because I know everybody was talking about this 50 Cent and T.I. and them beef was fake. There's no way it could be fake when a man put a picture of your deceased mother on a shirt, man. There's no way that could be fake. So get that thought out your mind. You know what I mean? So this one is not marketing. I know like most of them that 50 Cent do is about marketing. 50 Cent tried to market, and put some money in T.I. pocket by just even acknowledging when he asked for the beef, because if 50 acknowledge you, he's missed the algorithm. It is what it is. And you see, he can start and stunt careers. 50's letting you know he's in charge. Whoever don't like it, I'm telling you, on some man time, 50 Cent got this ish on lock. I don't care if we don't like everything he do. We're not supposed to like anything any man do, because we are our own individual men. But you got to call a spade a spade. Ain't nobody getting in 50 Cent business. Is 50 Cent controlling the narrative in hip hop right now? Y'all put that in the comments. Do you think 50 Cent is controlling the narrative in hip hop right now? And another one, do pictures with enemies actually mean betrayal? All right, I got to give you one on that. I'm going to give you a street one on that. My man pulled me up one day in the joint, right? And he said, yo, you, when you took that picture, such and such was in the picture, and he wound up bodying my man. So I really ain't want to be in a picture with him. So I definitely don't want it posted. You know what I mean? So my man that was with me saying, yo, but if your man is already gone, what is you worried about? He said, nah, my man is never gone. He's always going to be here with me. And if he was my man enemy, he's my enemy until the death of me. And I don't want my picture associated with him like everything is okay and I'm keying in his face, knowing that he done bodied my man. These are the type of situations I'm dealing with right now on the street, where a man telling me that he's beefing with a dude because he unalived his partner. And then we always at a party. And we took pictures together. When we was getting ready to take the picture, the dude jumped in the picture. He saw he was already there. He didn't want to be a hoe and say, oh, I'm not getting in the picture with him and make a scene. So he got out, and whoever was holding cameras, he went and told them, yo, don't post that picture. He ain't tell them why, but he told me why. You know what I mean? Now, did Max B take the Jim Jones situation too personal about hooking up with 50 Cent at this time? Do you think that Max B took the Jim Jones situation too personal by hooking up with him at this time? Right? Now, at what point does loyalty become manipulation? Do you think Jim Jones may have attempted to manipulate the cast into not going because he didn't want to go for whatever reason? So I guess when he's ready to make it up, then he makes it up. Y'all put in the comments. Make sure you already know. They go my number right there. I'm going to put it up there again, you know, at the outro. And don't forget to subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio and Real Boss TTTV. And Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories and Mecca TV. I'm going to start doing some stuff over there going to blow your mind. Let's keep it moving. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top Beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can get